Alrighty, tidy, whitey, bites.
Fellas,
Week 2 has come and week 2 has gone.
I just want to say, go Commanders!
Ow!
Ow! Ow! Ow! Ow!
There it is, baby.
We're waiting for that one.
How for the Halaban?
No, that shit had me weak.
Oh, God. All right. So, how was everybody's weekend for football? Did y'all enjoy it? Did we have a good time? Did we have fun?
Yeah, I sat in front of my TV for 10 hours.
Yeah, and almost shit my pants by the 10th hour.
Mm-hmm.
I was lucky enough to be having a job on football Sunday, so.
Wow.
Can't work Sundays.
We don't know.
Yeah, it sucks. Give us your money so I don't have to work on football Sundays. Thank you. But it was a pretty good week, I'd probably say. A lot of obvious wins and a lot of shockers.
Yeah, a few.
Yeah, but let's just go down the line, shall we? Starting with the Thursday night game. You know, the game that almost put me to sleep because the announcers are boring as shit.
I just want to say, Big Kirko. I called that man flipping the script in prime time. Granted, his defense did not. They sold. Their defense sold. They allowed them to run. We talked about this on the last cast, and with that O line up front and just them pushing it. I mean, I think they could have stacked the box a little bit better and a little bit harder and chose some better play calls. You know, the Vikings defense to stop that run. You knew what was coming. They still couldn't stop it. You got to find a way to stop it.
All I want to say is I'm the only one who said they'd cover the spread and not miss Gainwell at all. Swift went off for 175 and they covered the spread. So
yeah. Plus, I told you, you know how hard it is to stop the run game when you have a dominant O line like Philly has.
Yeah,
it's incredibly tough to stop.
Yeah, but 175 ain't normal.
No, that's just
even with that O line, that ain't.
That's
normal.
just Swift being Swift. That is uninjured Swift.
But you have to find a way to make them pass the ball. You know that they're not passing well. They're having trouble passing, finding open receivers.
Plus, it's not helpful. The Vikings defense has been asked for years, dude. They refuse to upgrade their defense.
I'm hip.
That's why Jay Jettis is leaving after this season.
Hey, I said that. Don't steal my takes.
Nah. I said it first. You heard it here first.
I said it last week.
No, you didn't.
I'll go clip it.
So Philly won by a score of 34-28, and Kirko Chains actually did look pretty good in primetime for once. What do you have, like 360 passing yards, 4 touchdowns? Would have been 5?
Yeah.
But the 5th one didn't happen because Jay Jettis fumbled in the end zone.
They would have won. I think they would have won if he makes that catch and he scores.
I don't know.
Tough to say.
I mean, in hindsight, you don't know because you don't know how the rest of that game would have turned out and the implications of that tub right before half. So it's hard to say, but
plus, I also want to say that if you sat there and you fully believe that the fumble rule resulting in a touchback over the end zone is stupid, you are just biased because it was Justin Jefferson.
Oh, facts. Nobody complained when Derek Carr did it twice in a single game against
Nobody
Dallas.
complained when Trayvon Diggs punched it out of DK's hands and it ended up in a touchback. Not a lot of people complained when it was Calvin Johnson who fumbled and ended up in a touchback. And you're just mad because it was your precious little Jay Jettas. The rule is not stupid. It makes sense. What do you expect to happen when somebody fumbles the ball and it rolls out of the end zone? Do you just expect them to be like, you know what, he had it last touchdown? No. There needs to be some kind of fucking consequence for not getting the touchdown. Simple as that.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, it wasn't a touchdown and it wasn't a catch either.
What do you mean it wasn't a catch?
No. At first it was a catch. He had the ball. He did
Des Bryant.
He did a football move.
Wasn't a catch.
Feet, and then he bounced the ball and it fumbled because he wanted to
relive that moment. Wasn't a catch.
Okay. Whatever you say, buddy.
Just trying to start some stuff, get you riled up.
Yeah. And then you had the Ravens at the Bengals, with the Ravens winning 27-24.
I called this. I know ball.
I'll give you this one.
I think I don't know if. Oh yeah. Chris, how did you go with the Bengals? You know they were. You even said that they were going to go 0-2 because they lost last year in the second week.
I just had faith in Joe Burrow.
I think you had faith in Mason.
No, I just have faith in Joe Burrow. Plus, I don't like Lamar. I'm going against Lamar. So Lamar had one good season, and everyone thinks he's the next holy prophet. No.
Then that Bengals defense in week 1 did not. They still do not look good. They look good.
They lost too much in the secondary. That their defense isn't going to be what it was last year. But Burrow started off too slow. He picked it up like in the second half and stuff.
No, he definitely picked it up.
It's like I said before the season. He should never have started week 1 because now they're talking about he's probably not even going to start against the Rams because of that calf injury he had in the preseason.
Yeah,
I get like quarterbacks being competitive and wanting to go out there and play, but at the same time, like I fucking hate when quarterbacks do that. You saw it with RG3 in the playoffs against Seattle. He went out there and he ended up ending his career because of that. I don't.
Yeah, and that cost us because we would have beat them.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. But it's like you got to just say I can't do it. Like I'm not 100%. If I go out there, I'm either going to mess myself up more or the team's going to lose, and that's exactly what's been happening with the Bengals.
Mm-hmm.
Burrow should have sat out the first 3 weeks because now he's probably in worse condition than he would have been if he did sit out, and he's going to miss now 1 to 2 or 3 weeks possibly.
Yeah.
And now the Bengals are going to end up being fucked if he doesn't start.
Yeah, they don't look impressive at all. T. Higgins looked impressive. Like you said, they picked it up in that second half. And they started doing shit on offense.
Managed to build. Jamar Chase has been nowhere to be found for the last 2 weeks, though.
Yeah.
It's because those sleep numbers he's doing. Simple. But I don't know. I think they turn things around here in a couple weeks. Once Joe Burrow, if he misses out next week and he comes back the week after, I feel like everything's going to be turned around.
I mean, they'll still go like 10-6, 11-5.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they'll do enough to make the playoffs.
Yeah. They'll somehow win the division.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Part of me was saying the Ravens earlier before the season started.
Nah, they already are losing too many people.
Yeah.
Even after this game, they lost more. OBJ, grass is green. He's hurt. Like, what's new?
Yeah. Nothing's new.
Give it 4 weeks. I don't wish injury upon anybody. I hope I'm wrong about this, but give it 4 weeks and something's gonna go wrong with Lamar or something. Everything folds with them, dude. They're always hurt.
And they already lost J.K. Dobbins week 1 with an Achilles.
They lost one of their corners. They were losing O-line. It's inevitable for the Ravens to fall apart and have a book full of excuses at the end of the year for when Lamar underperforms.
Yeah. So Bengals are probably still the best chance of winning the division.
Mm-hmm.
Because we'll get to Pickett and Watson later, but and then you have the Seahawks at the Lions.
Tough game.
So,
throw me my fucking flowers.
Mace called it.
Called it 4 months ago.
Detroit football.
I called it 4 months ago.
2 for 2.
No, I just know ball. Especially when it comes to
here's Mason over here in his crystal ball. I see the future.
Yep.
I don't know how you do it.
And I told you it'd be a close game and come down to a last drive.
Mm-hmm.
It did last year against them. Yeah. And again, dude, Detroit, they're coming off their high horse, beating the Chiefs, dude. Teams like that, like nobody genuinely really did expect them to come out and beat the Chiefs last week. Week 1.
An asterisk win. Don't hold that against the Chiefs.
And it's like, so I knew like they would come out here and just lay an egg. And that's what I said 4 months ago on our pod on Spotify. I said they would start the season 4-1, and their one loss would be this. They'd come out, shock the Chiefs, and win. This is before they even ruled Kelsey or Jones out.
Mm-hmm.
And that they'd not lay an egg, but they'd lose to the Seahawks.
And they lost in overtime.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was in Seattle.
Yeah.
It's always a tough place to play.
That's fact.
Oh, well, there you go. Flip the script on me. They should have won. Oh yeah, it was because they had the ski mask. Everyone had the ski mask on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then Gardner
Johnson's out for season now.
Let's just ski mask. Bad luck.
No.
I mean, I think that was too ignorant for them to do, though, just because they beat the Chiefs. I don't think you need to come out and tell everybody to wear ski masks and start getting overhyped. Like, again, they needed this to humble themselves, and now they're going to come back out and beat Atlanta next week.
Yeah.
They're not going to beat Atlanta.
They are going to beat Atlanta.
All right.
Talk about that on the next one, though. And then you got the Colts 31-20 over the Houston Texans.
Didn't really see this coming, but initial picks had Texans. When I saw the odd shift, obviously that's a big indication. I just didn't think the Colts would be able to slow Stroud down, but I guess he was hurt due to whatever the fuck happened to him. I don't know. What the fuck? He was dealing with something before the game. I guess maybe that was causing him not to play well. I don't know. Richardson came out. They look good on offense. He had 2 tubs running. He shouldn't have. He's got to stop being so reckless. This isn't college ball.
I don't have hope in Richardson still. The man has left the game injured twice now. 2 games in a row he has left injured. One with a hamstring issue, and then the one this Sunday from a concussion issue. So
Stroud's the best rookie quarterback. I said it when the draft was happening that he would be the absolute best quarterback to come out of this draft, and he's going on to prove to show it. He had almost 400 passing yards and 2 touchdowns, no picks again. Richardson, yeah, he's just too reckless, dude. Like, I'm not going to sit there and give Richardson too much kudos because he's not showing me how he passes the ball. He's doing good running it. He's a great athlete. But, again, that ain't going to last. That's not going to give you the longevity you need. And one thing I want to say again that I've been saying for the past, 2-3 years now, Gardner Minshew needs a starting job in the fucking NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anywhere that man goes, he fucking balls, dude. He had a worse team than T-Law on T-Law's rookie year. And he balled out with that fucking team.
You want to see what Gardner Minshew was able to do when he was put into the game?
Yeah, he went 19 for 23 with 171 and a tutty.
Yeah.
Minshew can ball, dude. Minshew is a solid-ass fucking quarterback.
He put up 36 on Dallas last year.
That's what I'm saying. Minshew's no joke, bro.
He's not. But, I guess it helps when you have a quarterback who can really be a starter as your backup.
When you're the Tiger King, there's nothing you can't do.
He linked up with Uncle Rico, bro. Come on now.
Gardner Minshew is Uncle Rico.
The man's a baller.
They're one and the same. I haven't seen them in the same room.
Actually, no, they did. I just said they linked up.
Oh, I know. That was just a joke.
No.
It was not a joke because you were serious, yes?
Yes, but that's what makes the joke funny if you think I am.
No, because you were being serious. Now shut up, peasant.
No.
And you had the Bears at the Bucks. 17-27 Tampa Bay.
Joe called that one.
Baker Bay, baby.
Get your fucking weight up.
Baker Bay.
Baker we know and love. Baker, for all his shit, the shit he does and his antics, not a bad ball player. Granted, the arrests and the drinking and the commercials and living in the stadium and state farms and whatever the shitty commercials he was doing.
I think if you have common knowledge of football, I think everyone can tell that Baker was actually pretty good.
If you hate on Baker, I don't know what you're doing. He's
Baker's
got attitude.
Ego just got the best stuff. Got money in his pocket.
He's got attitude. He's got moxie.
I was just getting ready to say that.
Got so much moxie.
We love it. I'm here for it.
My biggest takeaway is just Justin Fields' ass.
Mm-hmm.
I've said it for years. I said before the season, this man, I don't care how many weapons he has. I told you I'm not giving him any fucking excuses this year. I don't want to hear, oh, the O-line's bad. That man had clean pockets yesterday and was walking into fucking sacks. He had one play where he had 3 different receivers open, and instead of throwing it and trusting himself, he stepped into the pocket to try to run and got sacked.
Mm-hmm.
He has 0 confidence in himself as a passer. He's not good. He's genuinely not. Chicago needs to get real with himself and understand that this guy's not your future. He's trash. DJ Moore's going to get fed the fuck up this year that he's not getting the rock.
Yeah.
Dude's a bum.
Just a wide open seam over the middle, and your instinct is, okay, well, I'm going to run it up into the pocket, knowing damn well that's where it's collapsing right now. You're not going to try to run outside at least?
Nope.
That interception on his 3-yard line, I mean, what are you doing? Even so, first of all, who calls a fucking screen on your 3-yard line? First of all, and second of all, one, if you're a quarterback, change the damn play, audible into something else, because what the hell? And then even if you don't have the smarts to do that, at least throw the ball away.
What would you have gone with if you were down on the 3-yard line?
Probably a run or a quick pass.
Mm-hmm. The screen was
probably gonna.
No, the screen is a stupid fucking play.
Yeah, I'd line up in I formation, 2 receivers with the tight end. Somebody's going out on a route. They're probably gonna send pressure. So you want to get the ball out as quickly as possible or do a run. So that was the dumbest play call. And, I mean, if you don't have the smarts to audible out of that into something else, at least have the smarts to throw the ball away.
Yeah.
You had no pressure, no nothing. You were just standing in your end zone and just threw it.
That dude's a bum.
All right. The Justin Fields experiment is just over. Give up. Tank, get Caleb Williams, call it a day.
Caleb Williams won't go there. He'll sit out. If there's 2 teams,
I had high hopes for Williams, but I said I had high hopes to get Caleb Williams, but I don't know with the rate Halliburton's playing. I don't know if we're gonna end up getting.
Yeah, no, I'd rather stay hopeful for Caleb Williams.
I mean, I don't think we're going to finish with a record to get him.
Yeah, no. You won't.
Unless you make it.
There's no shot.
Season. That's really the only way you're going to be able to get him.
But there's 2 teams he's not going to go to, and one of them is going to be the Bears, and what's the other one?
Cardinals. He will not go to those 2 shit-ass franchises. I guarantee you. That is a place where quarterbacks die.
Poverty franchises.
Yeah. They're poorly run, don't know how to develop quarterbacks. Those are the 2 teams I guarantee he just will not go to.
Hey, that used to be the Commanders, but not no more, baby.
You'll get humbled next week against the Bills, buddy. It's okay.
Nope. No. Hey,
the Bills are going to steamroll over you like they steamrolled over the Raiders.
No, they won't. No, they won't. If we lose by 3 to 7 points, that's a moral victory, and I will take that.
Yeah, 100%.
But if we come out and get blown out by 14 to 21 points, then yeah, we're still trash. And
you're getting steamrolled.
I don't think so.
You're getting steamrolled, buddy.
I don't think so. If our defense plays like they did in the second half last week. Oh yeah, we're about to be hit.
And they get away with the PI call in the end zone to tie it up.
Hey, if it's not called, it's not pass interference. If it was, they would have called it.
That's karma for Russ anyway for that Fail Mary.
Yeah, you said it. You said it on Twitter.
Fuck Russ.
For the Fail Mary.
Yep.
All right. What's the next game?
Chiefs at Jags.
I had Jags because the Chiefs looked like they were going to be shit, but the Jags.
It can't just feel like it's me, but does it feel like the Chiefs are in a Super Bowl slump?
Yeah, they're slow.
I mean, it's like Joe said. They're slow this year, dude. That's really what it boils down.
Clicking for them, like at all.
Could it be like they really miss Bieniemy? I've seen a stat that Commanders had like 27 points per game, and the Chiefs only had like 18 to 19.
My only thing with that, Bieniemy wasn't calling plays for the Chiefs.
But he had some input and he had some plays.
Matt Nagy.
Yeah, he did, but I don't know if that's the sole. I don't know what's going on with them, but I mean they're very slow, like you said.
Because their offense looks slow.
Yeah.
Like really slow and sluggish. Like they can't move the ball.
Yeah.
They got. I don't know. I just feel like if I were a Chiefs fan, it'd be like different because you'd still be saying, "Oh no, we're not in a slump. It's just Patrick Mahomes. You know, just give him one more week. He's about to drop 30 points a game and starting week 3." But it's like,
I mean, they play the Bears. They'll probably drop 40.
Yeah, but it's like, I don't know. I feel like they're in a slump. Just
Kelsey
I don't have
Kelsey and Mahomes is like
a lot of hope for him at this point.
Oh no, I mean they'll still make at least the divisional round of the playoffs.
No, I'm saying like they're still going to make the playoffs, but I have very little hope that they're going to make it back to the Super Bowl and win. So
if Travis Kelsey and Mahomes, a quarterback and a tight end is your only weapon, I'm not scared.
I mean, it is Travis Kelsey, the best tight end in the game. So I mean, I'd probably be a little bit worried.
I mean, the best tight end in the game, I don't know. Looked like he had Butterfingers the other day against Jacksonville with that fumble. Whoopsies.
Then who do you think is the best tight end in the game right now?
It depends how you view tight ends, genuinely.
I mean, some say Mark Andrews would be the best tight end in the league.
No, maybe third.
Like all around tight end, I would say maybe Mark Andrews with blocking. I mean, Jax, if you don't get off the table, darn cat.
That's not really a horrible take. I don't know why you're shaking your head. Travis Kelsey is one of the worst blocking tight ends I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, dude.
The only thing he has going for him is genuinely receiving. I got an argument on Twitter with some dude because they tried to put him over Gronk, and there's just no way.
Kittle is just as good of a tight end as Travis Kelsey.
I agree.
The Niners have so many weapons.
Okay,
the Niners
so
have so many weapons, so he gets
so you're going all
overshadowed.
around, right? You're going all around tight ends. You're going all around tight ends.
If you put what's his name?
If you put Kittle on the Chiefs, he does what Kelsey does.
Yeah.
100%.
He's gonna put up the same numbers. Yeah.
And Kittle is a 100 times better
than Mark Andrews. That's the reason I was shaking my head. Kittle is better than Mark Andrews.
Not at catching.
Kittle is better than Mark Andrews.
Maybe running after the catch. Maybe rack.
I'm just saying Kittle is better than Mark Andrews. All around, Kittle is better.
I don't say all around.
I don't know. Like, Kittle gets hurt a lot. Mark Andrews stays healthy.
Nah, Andrews does get hurt a lot too. The only thing Kittle is number one at as a tight end is blocking.
Yeah, Kittle might be better than Andrews at blocking.
Not might, is.
But yeah, Kelsey, he's the only weapon. That's why he's as good as he is. Because they focus on a tight end in that offense.
I mean, yeah, they're kind of forced to.
I mean, that's their only weapon, especially now.
Mm-hmm.
Kadarius Toney, actually caught some balls Sunday at least. So
yeah, like I said, he'll catch back up. It was one bad game. That's why I didn't like when people were bashing him so much. If it wasn't for him, they wouldn't have won that fucking Super Bowl.
Yeah. So I don't know. Still think Kittle's better, but
speaking of Kittle, Niners Rams.
Well, I wasn't gonna look at that, but sure, let's go with that.
I told y'all Rams
into the next segment.
I told y'all Rams are getting slept on this year. I mean, I had the Niners winning either way, but I tried to tell you before the season. Everyone tried to sleep on the fucking Rams like they lost just so much and got nothing back from their injuries. They were just going to be what they were last year when they went 9 games without Kupp, Donald, and their quarterback. It's like, bro, the Rams are not back to Super Bowl form, but they're back. They're fine. And like I said, if there's any team that's contending with the Niners in this division, it's the fucking Rams.
I still think it's Seattle.
I don't at all. They almost lost to the Lions. They lost week 1. I don't see the Seahawks as any bit of a threat to the Rams.
Yeah, the Rams surprised me. I think they played well, especially in that first half. The Niners made a lot of adjustments in the second half and came out and played really well.
That Rams O-line was stopping the shit out of that Niners defense, dude. It took them sending Warner up the middle to have any sort of pressure on Stafford.
Yeah.
That Rams team is no fucking joke, dude. And that running back is nice. That Puka Nuka, the receiver, he's nasty, bro. He just set like the NFL record for most receptions in his
that's not a running back.
Yeah, 50 receptions in 2 games.
That's their receiver.
Yeah, I know. I said they're running back Williams and the receiver Puka Nuka.
I thought you just said they're running back.
And his name is Puka Nuka.
Exactly.
What a baller name. Exactly. You got to be a star.
Man, whoever has him on their fantasy teams is just a walking dub at that point.
Yeah. Mason picked him up in the league. I tried to pick him up.
And
real quick fantasy tip. Should I start Jalen Reed next week against the Saints defense?
Maybe.
We'll talk about that next time. But Cam Akers is probably already about to get traded. I don't know who the hell is going to get him.
He should have last year.
Yeah, I had him last year, like week 1 of my underdog bets. That man did nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know who's going to get him though. Whoever gets him, it's just going to be a backup position. So I don't know, maybe third string. And then now, before Joe over there wants to cut me off again, let's look at an upset.
Oh, speaking of cut, you
upset that happened. Chargers at Titans.
Yeah,
they missed Eckler, dude. They missed Eckler. That's really what that game boils down to. The Chargers had no run game, dude. They had
that play by Herbert. That play by Herbert.
Oh, disgusting. Oh, Herbert is generational, bro. Brandon Staley is the worst coach in the NFL. Like I said, he will be fired by the end of the year. I said it before the season started. He's trash. The play calling wasn't my issue with the Chargers, genuinely. It was just they really missed Eckler. They tried to get the run game going, and I give them credit for that. It just could not get going. So, I mean, when you know that the Chargers
keep it going, if it's obviously not working and you see that the pass is working, why would you still try to?
The pass wasn't working like that. That's the problem. The pass was not working like that at that time. And when they're guessing that you're going to pass because you're having to pass almost 50 times a game, I'd run the fucking ball.
And then the running game's still not working.
Yeah, because they didn't have Eckler.
So what was Eckler out? What was he out with?
What was it? A hamstring or something? Because Eckler didn't take a single snap. I think it was like a hamstring or something. Plus, they only ran the ball with Kelly like 13 times. It's not even like they ran it that much.
But he was out before the game even started.
Yeah, no,
they ruled him out before the game. So I think it was like a hamstring or a leg injury or something in practice.
Yeah.
And I think he might be ruled out again. I don't think they put a timetable for his return.
Yeah, no, I'm hip.
So if they play like that against a Titans defense it's kind of mid.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Their season is looking real
Yeah, that Chargers defense is just trash. Again, dude, every single year. It's like they got names. They just are not well coached, dude. Brandon Staley sucks.
I regret ever getting them for my fantasy team.
Like, dude, they cannot get anything going. Staley needs to be fired already. Like, I wouldn't even give him another fucking week.
Yeah, that's like 45 points, and then you allow the Titans to put up 20 something, 30,
27, bro. Like, that's just that you can't allow that type of crap. crap.
To the Titans, who only put up what, like 12-9 against the Saints, or
Yeah, dude. That's what I'm saying. Like I'm not with it. They're wasting Herbie, and I don't like it.
Kellen Moore effect.
Not at all.
Kellen Moore effect.
You want it to be Kellen Moore.
Huh?
You want it to be Kellen Moore, but it's not.
Kellen Moore effect, baby. Kellen Moore effect.
You wish.
Kellen Moore effect. 0-2. Kellen Moore.
This happened last year with him.
Kellen Moore.
Kellen Moore was there last year?
Kellen Moore.
He was their coach last year?
Kellen Moore.
he was there last year though.
Yeah, I
Kellen
never
No,
Moore.
just answer. But just answer the
Moore.
question. Answer the question that he's asking
He
you.
wasn't there last year, but
Exactly.
Okay, there
It was
you
the
go.
same
There
thing.
you go. There you
You're
go.
gonna hype up all offseason and be like, "Oh, Kellen Moore's gonna do so good for Justin Herbie. Oh my God!"
Yeah, and Herbert's been snapping.
0-2.
He's
Start
the defense is trash.
Start up
Talk shit, Jolly.
0-2.
Talk your shit, Jolly.
Their defense is ass.
Okay,
Hey,
but
call
you
him
hyped up
out.
this
Call
new
him
offensive
out.
coordinator all offseason. And I'm talking
Yeah, and Justin Herbert's been snapping. I said their offense was snap, and they have been.
Herbert's going to be so much better now because of Kellen Moore.
He genuinely has been snapping.
2 weeks in, they haven't won. Kellen Moore hasn't done enough.
Does he know the defense? Is Kellen Moore on the defense? Because what did they put up against the Dolphins last week? 30-4. 30-4 against the Chargers. On the fucking heads of the Dolphins, baby.
No.
It ain't an offensive issue. It ain't an offensive issue.
How can you have a high-scoring offense, but you can't win fucking games?
Defense? What the fuck kind of question is that?
Tell me that you're going to
No, that's it. That's all I needed to hear.
all offseason. And then 2 weeks in, you go 0-2.
That's all I need to hear right there.
Man.
The offense did the Chargers defense did.
But that's all I need to hear. How do you have a great offense and you're still losing? Literally all I need to hear. I gotta go plug my vape out. We're back.
They put up like 40 points with Eckler. They put up like 20 something without him. They're still putting up numbers. Their offense is still scoring, but
Here's the
they
thing
missed. They
Here's the
they
thing
missed
about
Eckler.
people
They
understand.
missed Eckler, and their defense is trash. So
Okay,
they could not
listen.
control the clock, and they could not stop.
Just listen. Here's the thing with Kellen Moore that a lot of people don't understand. This is coming from a genuine Cowboys fan who has had to deal with Kellen Moore for years as ROC. Okay? Something will start to work. Say in the Chargers game, the pass game will start to work at some point. What is he going to do when he sees that it's working really well? He's going to automatically go, hey, let's run the ball now. Why would you start running the ball when the pass game is working? Why would you start passing when the running game is finally working? That is the thing with Kellen Moore that people do not understand. And I am telling you right now, it will become more and more and more blatantly obvious as the weeks go on. I am telling you right now. Am I sitting here and saying that they're going to be awful? Fuck no. Am I sitting here saying that they're going to be the worst team in the league? No. Well, what I'm saying is you will soon realize, yes, Kellen Moore may be a good OC, and he can give you a high-scoring offense. But at the same time, look at what happens when the pass game starts to work. I am telling you right now, he will switch to the run game, and he will do everything in his goddamn power to make that work when it doesn't work. If the run game starts working, he will switch to the pass game and do everything in his power to make it look like it's working when it's fucking not. I am telling you, as the weeks go on, it will become more and more obvious. I know what I am saying. I know what I'm saying. Trust me, I've had to deal with this guy for years.
You've had to deal with Dak. Let's get on to the next game.
My fucking blood pressure is so high. God damn it. Fuck you. I hate you.
Next, Giants Cards.
The Cardinals forgot that they were taking. Simple.
Daniel Jones did ball out in the second half. I'll give him that, but it should have never. It should have never taken.
Never been close. It should have never ever been close. It shouldn't have taken you to the second half to get 31.
I really just want to say I had the Cards, so Vegas fucked me. I think they had the whole thing planned, and that's why the Giants came back and won. I think it was all scripted. The Cards should have
all the time.
The Cards should have won that one.
No, the Giants definitely should have won that, but it should not have been as close as it was at all. And
Because
now
the Giants
now
are not as good.
and
The
now
Giants are not as good as the Cowboys fans thought
an
they
ankle
were.
sprain?
I mean, the Giants do suck.
Giants suck dick. That's why they didn't put up 30 on the. That's why they didn't put up.
The game should not have been that close. That's what I'm trying to say.
The Cardinals and the Giants are like this. The only thing missing from the Cardinals is the quarterback.
You're not wrong. And Saquon's are going to show why running backs.
Now you answer that one. I just asked that question like 2 minutes ago.
What?
Now I said Saquon's now hurt again, but what was it, like a high ankle sprain or something?
Yeah, it's just a sprain. He'll be back.
Yeah, MRA is negative. Couple weeks.
That feels like that man is just injury prone. It's always his ankles.
Boy's got pencil legs.
If you think those are pencil legs, I don't know what.
He's got big quads, small ankles.
Yeah.
He's got chicken ankles.
Yeah. There you go.
He needs to start wearing ankle braces then. If he's just gonna keep getting injured down there, wear ankle braces. Them shit's be
put on some ankle weights like Lee and fucking start running around the field.
Exactly. Get your weight up.
10-pound weights on each ankle.
Yep.
At this point, he needs 15 pounds because of how often it gets injured.
Just make it 20, 50,
30,
100.
That's too much. I can't even do that.
Cards, I'm telling you, the Cards and the Giants are on the same level. Giants got lucky in that one. Cards definitely should have won. If they had a better QB, they would have beat the Giants. We should just skip over the Jets and Boys because nobody really wants to talk about them anyway. The next is the Commanders. Commanders! I don't have my shirt on, but if I did.
So about the Cowboys and Jets, I'll start off on this one. Defense, once again, looked absolutely phenomenal. Micah Parsons with
against a terrible offense.
And, Micah 2 sacks. Like I said, defense looks good. Diggs got absolutely twice by Garrett Wilson, but he got lucky. So, yes, I said it. So let's just.
It shouldn't have been as close as. Let's just say it shouldn't be as close. It shouldn't have been as close as it was. And if the.
Are you good, or are you going to continue until you're able to glaze ride the commies?
Proceed.
Thank you. I'm not going to sit here and say that the offense looks fully trash, but it is kind of depressing when your quarterback becomes a check down champion.
Mm-hmm.
When you finally can get a full game of him having more than just like 3 drives, and then it's mostly check down champion style, it's a little bit concerning, especially with the red zone percentage that we have. It's just no. We need to start learning how to actually pass in the red zone and not just play for 3 when we're there.
That's exactly what we were talking about yesterday, dude. It literally just seems like even when y'all were getting the ball in good field position, I remember one drive, y'all literally ran the ball 3 times just to kick a field goal. Why are you and it's like it's not like it was like, oh, we're up 3 touchdowns. No, at the time y'all were up 8 points.
Yeah, it was 18-10, and
y'all are up 1 score and you're playing for 3. Why?
I just want to say it should not have been as close as it was. And if Sauce makes that pick, it was Sauce, I think. If he makes that pick and takes it to the crib.
Oh, yeah, that was a dog shit read by Dak. That was dog shit.
I mean, what's new?
That shit. Sauce was baiting him.
That's not new.
And again, I'll give the defense some credit. But again, I'm going to say it until week 5 when y'all play the Niners. Right now, y'all have played the 25th and the 27th ranked O-line. Next week, you play the 32nd ranked O-line. You played Josh. You're going to play Josh Dobbs next week. This week, you played Zach Wilson, and the week before, you played Daniel Jones. I'm not going to sit there and scream that they're the best defense in the league right now. I don't statistics say, because if you want to dive into statistics, I'm going to dive deeper into the statistics. Which are those O-line rankings and quarterback rankings? I will give credit where it's due that y'all have played very well in how you should have against those defenses or against those offenses. But I'm not going to sit there and start hollering at the top of my lungs that y'all are the best defense in the league when you've yet to go up against even a mid-caliber offense. You've gone up against 2 and I'm about to be 3 of the worst 5 offenses and offensive lines of the league. And like I said, I'm not going to sit there and completely shit on Dak because, yeah, some of the play calls are just for him to run checkdowns nonstop. But I don't like what I'm seeing out of Mike McCarthy right now with that. Because, again, it's going to win you these type of games when you're up against offenses that are not going to put up points.
Mm-hmm.
Like, these offenses are not. Like, next week, you guys are going to dog the Cardinals by, like, 30 to 40 points again, and I'm not going to be shocked.
Right.
I saw this in 2019 with Dallas. Y'all went and beat the Giants, Dolphins, and who was the other team? Another really crap team. And I remember everybody was screaming because y'all's defense and offense looked amazing. And then you lost 3 straight games when you actually played contenders.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's why I keep saying, and like I was talking to you yesterday, Chris, I am literally going to take everything y'all have done away in these first if y'all go and lose to the Niners. Yeah. I'm not going to take anything from these first few weeks. If you guys go out and lay an egg against the Niners in week 5, I don't care what happened. Now, if y'all go out there toe-to-toe with the Niners, lose by a last-second field goal, is what it is. I'm not going to sit there and say, okay, all those other weeks are for nothing. But if y'all go out there and lay a complete egg and lose by more than 2 touchdowns against the Niners or look like dog shit, defensively and offensively wise, I don't care what has happened the first few weeks. Genuinely.
No, I agree. I'm not a big fan of what we have done offensively. I give my credits to defense. Like, this is how we should play each and every week.
Yeah.
Even though it's been against dog shit offenses, I feel like this should be the way that we play each and every week. Like, when we go against San Fran, that's how we should play. We should like hold San Fran to 7, maybe 10 points.
Yeah.
And win by like 15. But as of right now, it's not looking that way. Because if you take everything away, if you take away all the field goals that we made, we won by 5. We scored 2 touchdowns and a 2-point conversion. We won technically by 5 if you take away the field goals. That's not a good. It is not good. You can sit here and be like, oh, well, Dak, let's see. Hold on. Because you can sit here and be like, okay, Dak went 31 for 38 with 255 and 2 touchdowns. Dak played great. All those yards came from checkdowns to Tony Pollard, and Tony Pollard made the plays happen.
That's what I'm saying. Yards after catch. The man is becoming a yak merchant. I got an argument with my brother about this. And it's like Justin Fields in the preseason.
Everyone's going to sit here and everyone's going to be like, oh, my God, well, what about his completion percentage? You should give him that. Okay, I can go 31 for 38 when I'm throwing a check down.
When you're throwing behind the line of scrimmage on 90% of your passes, you're going to have a good completion percentage.
I don't even play quarterback. I play defense, and I can go 31 for 38 with checkdowns.
Mm-hmm. And I was very disappointed in the absolute missed touchdown opportunity to CeeDee Lamb when he was standing literally by himself, nobody within 10 yards of him, and he tries to throw it to Ferguson instead on the right.
Wide fucking open.
Literally just standing there in the end zone waiting. Mm-hmm. It just seems like, again, we're only 2 weeks in, but it almost seems like everything is predetermined for what Dak should do on the offense right now.
Agreed.
Like, completely just predetermined. Like, predetermined checkdowns, predetermined, like, okay, it's going to Ferguson this play, or okay, it's going to Lamb this play. Like, everything seems very predetermined in that he's not looking at all of his reads before he's throwing the ball.
Yeah, I agree. 100%. It's just, I mean, I'll take a win.
Yeah, 100%.
Am I proud of the win? No. No. Like I said, you take away the field goals, we won by 5. And at that point, we shouldn't have even won. So
I just want to see y'all stop playing for 3.
If Sauce were to catch that pick and take it for 6, that's a whole different game plan, because it's just like, okay, well, now we're down 17 to like 15 right now. What are we going to do? Oh, I got an idea. Let's go kick some field goals. No. Take the ball, score a damn touchdown. You are in the red zone. They don't have a good red zone defense, but you're making people believe that they are. They're not. I don't know, man.
So do you have anything to say about Dallas?
Dallas made Zach Wilson look like Taylor Heineke.
Zach Wilson was running that rock. I ain't gonna lie.
It should not have been as close as it was for Dallas talking how good they are.
Leading rusher.
Their stats are so misleading for the first 2 games. It's honestly pretty ridiculous how high some fans are speaking of this Dallas Cowboys team. Even Skip talking about Super Bowl is just preposterous after beating the Bears and the Jets. Like
that's classic Skip.
This is classic. This is classic Cowboys.
He called Troy Aikman gay. You can't believe what Skip says. Like, you can't take what he says seriously.
Who doesn't think that? I mean, I thought that was like actual facts.
Yeah, I mean Aikman might be gay.
But anyway, this is besides the point. Cowboys are too hyped for beating 2 mediocre teams. Like bad teams. These are bad teams. Without Aaron Rodgers, this is the Jets from last year. Trash. It doesn't matter who they signed. It doesn't matter who's on their team from what team, from the Packers. They're still a trash team. They're not a good team. Robert Saleh's a good coach. They just got bad players. They're not their offensive and defensive coordinators. Their game plans going into games. Even with Rodgers, I don't even know how good this team would have actually.
Yeah, it's like, bro, why was Sauce barely lined up against Lamb all game? Lamb is cooking you. Why do you still have DJ Reed on him? And then same thing. Why did Breece Hall only get 4 carries all game? It's genuinely, it has looked like they have just given up this week. Like they just said, "Fuck it, Rodgers, we're not winning.
Fuck it, fuck
and
the
just
season.
stop trying."
Yeah,
because like Joe said, it just seems like their game plan.
We won week 1 against the Bills, so let's just half-ass everything now. That's why I'm not taking much away from this win. That's why I'm just not. And speaking of,
there's
completely went over their game.
I mean, like every couple of seasons, the Cowboys do this. They beat bad teams. Fans get hype. Then they get checked.
I think the one.
Then they go, a mediocre record.
The Cowboys fans are going crazy about right now over this win against the Jets is because the Jets beat the Bills last week, and that's it. That's the only reason why they're getting so hyped about this win. It's just
that was just pure luck, and that's just Allen-esque thing to do. He's going to throw a couple turnovers. Throw a couple picks, have a couple turnovers, fumble. He just has those games, and it just so happened to be the first game of the season against the Jets.
And I'm not going to lie, what looked different against the Bills too is it generally looked like they didn't change their game plan because Rodgers got hurt. It seemed like they stuck with what they were going to do with Rodgers and kept doing that. This week, it just seemed like they literally went back and they're just the 2022 Jets now.
Yeah.
Like they're just going back to what they were last year exactly.
So yeah. I don't know. I'm not impressed from the boys for the first 2 weeks. They did what they should have did to 2 bad teams. Like you say, we just got to wait to see what they do against San Fran.
I don't know. It's just I'm not taking much away from it. But speaking of the Bills, we completely went over their game. But then again, it was against Vegas. They won 38-10. I don't think you can say much about that game.
Yeah, but Josh Jacobs had negative rush yards. First running back in NFL history to have negative yards a season after leading the league.
Yeah, they should have fed him.
And then people wonder why they don't pay running backs yet again.
I was disappointed about how many carries he got. Put up like 9 fantasy points. Definitely should have ran him way more. Probably would have helped. They probably tried to rely on Jimmy too much in their passing game, and that's probably what failed them. Thinking this game was about to get out of hand. Yeah, when the Bills started scoring, they thought that they had to score to keep up with them. Just go with your game plan, run the rock, pass the ball when you get the chance, make the plays, and then just play defense. Yeah, I think the Raiders just kind of panicked when they saw Allen come alive. Probably expecting what he did last week, this week. Yeah, Allen just showed up and did what he had to do. So kudos to him. They came out to play in that, the next couple drives after that first drive by that first tub by what's his name? Receiver? I don't know. Can't think of his name. Green
First name
Bay.
wide, last name receiver. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. That receiver that caught the tub from Jimmy G.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, that no name that so called happens to be called Devontae Adams.
Yeah, that guy. They should have ran the ball more, and then got him in play action. So I don't know. I think they just panicked.
Yeah, I mean it literally went exactly how I expected it. Bills to blow them out.
Yeah, not much of a shock, honestly. So, and then I'll let you take this one away. Commies at Broncos.
I was about to turn this fucking game off at like the first quarter. My God, this shit was embarrassing. Oh my God, I couldn't believe it. We were letting Russ cook up a whole 5-course fucking meal in the first quarter. And of course, as soon as I turn it off, we start snapping, force a fumble, score, stop, get a field goal. I look at the screen, it went from 21-3 to 21-14. And I'm like, oh shit, we coming back. Hal let a good opening drive out of that out of the half.
Mm-hmm.
And that fucking throw to McLaurin was a fucking piss missile.
That
and
was
the double
beautiful,
coverage,
bro. Beautiful.
A 30-yard.
Yeah.
Maybe you were just the bad luck. That's why they started losing.
No, because when I turned it on, we started winning.
Yeah, but when you turned it off, that's when it started.
And Brian Robinson showed out.
Yeah, B-Rob, man, that boy got hurt, got shot.
And somebody go play mini men.
Exactly. Many men. Man, B-Rob, that dude, like, he really showed why we took him with the pick. And, I mean, he's running through contact, running through arm tackles, picking up yardage. We really controlled the clock. The enemy's play call is really good. He's really good at pushing the ball, spreading the ball, hitting guys downfield. He's not afraid to take shots. Last season you would see a lot of dump offs. It was like if it's like 3rd and 12, last year we're probably doing a fucking screen pass, but we'll run the ball and then do a screen pass on like 2nd and 5 and pick up 45, 55 yards.
Yeah.
And it's not about the plays you call, but it's when you call them. And that is big and that is key. So, you could run a run play out of the screen pass formation, in the first quarter, run it in the second quarter, and then like coming out at half, you run that same, but it's a screen pass that goes for 45 on 2nd and 6. And I just think his play calls were like, he was hype. I like to see he was getting hype over it. You know what I mean? That comeback. I mean, we had a 35-6 run coming out from the second, like 2 minutes to go until halftime. And I'm just blown away. The ending almost made me shit myself. Yeah, I almost went into another dimension. I mean, like, I'm thinking we got it locked up. I'm hype. I'm saying, all this stuff. I'm texting this and that and the other. 2-0, blah, blah, blah. And it's like 3rd down, 4th down. And we got like 3 to 5 seconds. And that man drops back and just hauls it. I don't know who got in his face. Somebody put his hands up. And, man, if that thing didn't hit, bounced off 3 people and was caught, I literally – I couldn't believe – I swear this had, like, reminiscence of, like, last year, year before last, when we just suck. Everything goes wrong. People just pull off, like, plays. Like, you just – like, what the fuck? Like, and then with that 2-point – I don't know, man. Look, if the refs don't see it, or if they don't call it, you know.
Hey, it's karma. But hey, Russ made the Forbes list, baby.
Hey, Forbes, he's been playing well. I thought he might have played better in the first 2 games than he actually has as far as receptions, but he's been making a lot of tackles. He's been coming up tackling well. Him and Diggs already tied for 1, so we're gonna see who ends up with the most at the end of the season. Yeah, Forbes, our secondary is like that, and Payne coming out of half, like 2 sacks. Or a sack, a tackle for a loss, and a deflection. I don't. Our defense is scary. Our defense is like there's flashes of like some dominant like top 5 defense.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm pleasantly surprised with how Howell played, especially against that secondary dude. He was dotting.
Yeah, with the Broncos coming out as favorites, like they were like 150, 100 and like 40, something like that. And with their defense being as, good, with their secondary and their corners being as good as they are, Hal came out and another dude who's got moxie. Yeah, Hal's got moxie. Big. He's got a whole lot of it.
Yeah.
He's got to carry his balls in a wheelbarrow. He's like that. He's got a fucking pisser. That's all he throws.
No, I'm hip.
Him and the enemy, they look good. We show signs of like old commanders, but then we're showing signs of like putting people on notice that like we're a good team. We can be good. First week was kind of up in the air. Offense, defense. We settled a lot of things down. Offensively, settled things down defensively. Definitely let go of Chase Young at the end of the season. Boy almost blew the game for us with like 3 penalties in a row. Yeah, I said it. He just wanted to be. He did have some tackles, some hurries, maybe a half a sack. So he didn't play, the best ever, but he didn't. He got some action. Although he's got to settle down. So, I mean, this is like his first game since preseason, and before that, it's been fucking like almost 2 years.
Facts.
I don't know. I think the only way up for us is obviously up. So, I mean, like, I'm happy with the way we came around and turned things around. That shows a lot of heart and gut, and I think if we can, like I said, if we come out and either lose by 3 to 7 points, that's a dub. I mean, if we come out and get a dub against the Bills, even better. But if we get blown out, then it's just the same old Commanders. If it's like 38 to something by like halftime, and then, we manage to come back within like 7 or, whatever. Also take that as a dub as well. There'll be some things to, work on, but at the same time, we're on the way up. So I don't know. I'm proud of our guys for that dub. We're 2-0, baby. NFC Beast.
Yeah. I almost forgot what I sounded like. I haven't spoken in like 10 minutes.
Sorry, Commanders. I wish I had my fucking shirt on, baby.
All right.
Dub. That's a fucking dub.
I'm so sorry, man, but we accidentally went over the Packers and Falcons.
No, it's fine.
You don't want to talk about that one?
Nah, I mean, Love played nice again. I'll give Love his flowers. You could tell lights were a little too bright for him on that final drive with 54 seconds. He was very hesitant on his throws.
With the stumble over the line.
That had nothing to do with
that's
the final drive.
That's on the center. You're just talking shit now. You're just talking shit now. How are you gonna comment? How are you gonna get on here and comment on a game you didn't even watch? Come on here prepared. Do your homework, bud.
But not on that final drive, like you could just tell.
Motherfucker, you always go off the Vegas odds. What?
He had Dobbs across the middle, but you could tell that he didn't know whether to take that or one of the outside to get out of bounds in time, even though we would have had time to go up and clock it. There was just little things with Love this week that definitely was like, it's a learning curve. You could tell he's new.
Yeah.
But I mean, again, another 3-touchdown game. Granted, only 151 yards. Like I said before the game started, I know I had picked the Packers like on the pod last week or whatever, but like me and Joe, and I think you were on the PlayStation. I said that missing Jones is going to be a problem. That we're probably going to lose this game because of it. And AJ Dillon needs to go, bro. I was a big fan of him back in like 2021. I think he had a net average of like 3.6 yards a carry. And there's a play on 3rd and inches. You can go to Twitter and find it. That's what he's supposed to be there for. Is a 3rd down back. And granted, he didn't have much of a hole, but he tripped. He tries to dive too early to get the first, doesn't get it. And that's what gave the Falcons the ball back. If we get that first, it's a whole different story. We don't have to worry about this last-second drive and stuff. We should not have allowed the Falcons to come back. I was disappointed in Jair. One, it's not really his pass coverage that I'm super disappointed in. He did get burnt by London once on an out route, but his run defense is just abysmal. It seems like he didn't want to try on it, so I was not happy with that. Jaden Reed's a dog. I said it when we drafted him that I really like this dude. That man is nasty, and he's proving to show it. He's almost Debo-esque like. I'm not going to sit there and say he's Debo yet, but we're using him in a Debo-type form. So I'm really impressed with him. Also, Love's got wheels, man. That one run he had, I think it was on 2nd and 10 or something. That man's got wheels, bro.
Impressive.
And he's not afraid to take a fucking hit.
No.
So, I mean, all around, again, I'm not super disappointed. Like I said this year, I'd rather us lose and get better draft picks but have Love ball out. And that's exactly what happened this game.
Aaron Rodgers is out now, and you're going to get a dog shit pick from the Jets. So.
And it's like Jordan Love already has more 3-touchdown passes games this year than Rodgers had all last year.
Mm-hmm.
The man's is 6 touchdowns, no picks. Best QBR in the league right now. He's balling out, bro. And especially with the receivers he has, I'm giving him his fucking flowers again this week. But an L's an L. We took the L by 1 point. Is what it is. I'm not too upset. We got the Saints next week on our home opener. We'll see how that goes with them. I know the fans are going to love it.
Honestly, I'm not going to take a lot negative from Jordan Love. It's like you said. I mean, obviously there were a few plays. I mean, it's only his 2nd game being a starter, or like 3rd game being a starter. So I'd see this as a positive thing. Even though it was like a few plays he might have messed up on, I think it's still more positive considering how well he's been playing for the past 2 weeks. And it's only a 1-point loss. So, I mean, all in all, I think that's still a little bit of a moral victory for y'all.
3 tutties against that secondary is definitely a dub for him.
Yeah. So, I don't know.
He did almost throw a pick 6 to Terrell, though. That I didn't like.
Fair enough.
Ooh.
But Sunday Night Football. Dolphins at Patriots. Tua is now 5-0 against Bill Belichick.
Which is unheard of. Bill usually eats up them young quarterbacks.
Tua has Bill's number.
I mean, yeah.
So, I don't know. I feel like the Patriots did have a pretty good shot at winning when Gesicki tossed it back to the big boy. I swear to you, the big boy had that first down. He had There's no way he didn't. The ball crossed the line for the first. So
I will say though, the silent assassin Gonzalez, he locked Hill up.
he was on Hill for like most of the game. Hill only had 2 targets, 0 catches, and one of the targets Gonzalez came down with a pick.
Yeah, I told you that dude's probably going to be the best defensive player out of the draft when he was drafted, bro. That dude is nasty, and I love the name.
I agree 100%. Dude looked really good. So, but
everybody's a savage till they come face to face with one.
I don't know how I feel about the Dolphins right now. I feel like a lot of things for me has changed for Miami.
Cornball, bro.
Y'all seen that tweet?
Holy shit.
I don't know. I feel like I'm changing my opinion on Miami a little bit because I feel like they're kind of looking good right now.
I mean, I had them going, 2nd or 3rd in the division? With Rodgers out, they'll be 2nd.
Yeah, I think you said second because you don't want the Jets to be good at all.
Well, I mean, I have them getting like the 7th seed, I think, with Rodgers.
I don't know. I feel like now that I look at it, the Dolphins have a chance against Buffalo this year. I don't know. I just feel like they do.
I don't like Dolphins defense, though. That's why I'm still taking the Bills.
That's fair. They still have Eli Apple as corner, so. And then the 2 absolute banger games last night on Monday Night Football. Just, oh my God, it was so amazing. First, you got the Saints and Panthers. Saints winning 20-17.
Yeah, Derek Carr's still trash. Bryce Young lined up against his right guard instead of his center. It was a beautiful game all around.
Oh, it was absolutely gorgeous. Bryce Young, I'm losing so much faith in him so quickly.
Again, like I said before the season started, I'm not trusting a single quarterback shorter than myself, bro. I'm just not. He's not horrible. Like, he's absolute dog shit, but he just didn't play that great where he's like standing out or anything. He did what he needed to do, and I mean, he kept him in the game. And I mean, it was against the Saints defense, which is very good, to be honest. Lattimore's probably, at least so far this year, the best cornerback.
Oh, yeah.
Dude's been down.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's like a come out with the dub.
Yeah, like I said, I'm losing faith in Bryce Young right now. I'd probably lose faith if I was a Panthers fan too. And then you have the Browns, Steelers, 22-26. Steelers win.
Did I not say they would win by 3 or 4?
Yeah, that was a pretty kind of wild game. Back and forth. First play of the game, pick for Deshaun Watson. Off the hands, into another hands for a touchdown. I don't know. Browns looked Watson made some plays, made some bad plays. The game ended on a what-if call.
The Steelers' defense outscored their offense 14-12. Kenny Pickett sucks. It's genuinely why they lost. That pick six, is what made them win.
Yeah.
TJ Watt right now is leading for defensive player of the year, in my opinion. That man is just on something else. TJ Watt is fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
That man is nasty.
Kenny Pickett's not the future for Pittsburgh. He's not. It's
like I said, there's 32 other quarterbacks I'd take over Kenny Pickett. And
Chris kind of looks like Kenny Pickett.
And Gardner Minshew's one of them.
I would rather take Gardner Minshew over Kenny Pickett. I'd rather take Cooper Rush over Kenny Pickett.
Kenny Pickett, not him.
He's not the future, man. They need to just stop with the whole be scared of Pittsburgh, be scared of Kenny. I'm not.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, they're mid.
TJ Watt's gonna win them games though. Him alone will win them games.
Yeah.
That is literally how dominant TJ Watt is, especially against that Browns O line. Like, dog, TJ Watt is serious.
All right, fucking technical difficulties.
You're talking about yourself, man. You look just like him.
Fucking technical difficulties. Fuck Kenny Pickett. Kenny Pickett is not the future. TJ Watt is carrying the Steelers team, and that's all we got to say for this week. Fucking, oh my God. Okay. So is that it? Anybody else got anything else to say from week 2?
Give us your hot takes on bagels in the comments.
We would like to know favorite kind of bagels.
Your top 3 bagels.
Because it's everything cinnamon raisin, and we need the other 3 in the top 3.
No, cinnamon raisin and everything, they're neck and neck. They're neck and neck.
I know, not neck and neck. Everything's miles ahead.
3. No, leave your favorite top 3. Comment top 3.
Yep.
Your top 3 bagels. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, put on the post notifications so you know every time that we're posting. But that's about it. I guess we will see y'all in the next one.
Yep.
Deuces.
Deuce.